Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make this bloomin' onion sauce. This is one of the sauces that I would suggest you try to make ahead of time and let it sit. It tastes better when all of the flavors have time to marry together in the refrigerator. Otherwise, you can really taste, it's almost like a deconstructed sauce. You can taste the ketchup, and you can taste the chili sauce, you can taste the Dijon mustard, you can taste the hot sauce. It also really depends on what type of mayonnaise you use. It's a mayonnaise-based sauce, and I honestly have no clue what type Outback uses. I find that using the cheaper the mayonnaise, the better the sauce actually turns out. So don't go spending all your money on Dukes and all the expensive good stuff. Save that for a sandwich. Use the cheap stuff, the store brand, whatever it is for this type of a sauce, because we actually don't want it to have a ton of flavor. We want it to absorb flavor from all of the other ingredients and just be the creamy base, not the actual flavor bomb. So the first thing is most recipes use ketchup, and ketchup is great, and it's a great substitution, and you can use it. But I like using chili sauce. Heinz makes it, Del Monte makes it. It's in the ketchup aisle. You'll see it. It's usually in a glass jar, and it literally says chili sauce on it. And unfortunately, I am using ketchup tonight because I forgot to buy some at the store today, and I thought I had some in the refrigerator. You can use ketchup as a substitution. It is not chili garlic sauce like the Asian sauce that you use. It's not the rooster sauce. It's not any of those. It doesn't have garlic in it. It's just pure chili sauce. If you buy it, it's also great for fish sticks and popcorn shrimp and other types of condiments in there with seafood, especially with tartar sauce. So, hi Louise, welcome. Hi Sarah from across the way. She's my neighbor. So let's get started. So I'm going to use, like I said, I forgot to get that chili sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and use ketchup today with my cheapo mayonnaise. You can whisk this all together. You can use a spatula. I just find it emulsifies a little bit better if I do it in a food processor and I don't have to whisk as long, and then I don't find little tidbits of black pepper and things along those lines. So the next thing is black pepper. This one's pretty typical for all of the recipes for bloomin' onion sauce. And the next two are as well. They are garlic powder and onion powder. Very basic. Give it some oomph. So these are the things that are going to differ a little bit. Most of the other recipes use some combination of acid and heat. A lot of them use a creamy horseradish sauce, and you're more than welcome to add that. I like to get my heat from using just plain old hot sauce, and the chili sauce is going to add a little bit of that too. Because I used ketchup tonight, I'm going to use a little bit more hot sauce than I generally would, just to balance it out. It's not going to taste spicy. I know the sauce isn't spicy. The mayonnaise is going to balance that out with the sweet factor. I'm also going to get a little bit of my acidity from using a Dijon mustard. Not a yellow mustard, make sure it's Dijon. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. And lemon juice. I just use a little tiny splash of lemon juice, and if you've listened to me before, you know that I'm a huge advocate of fresh lemon juice, not bottled lemon juice. It has a completely different flavor profile. Lemon juice, orange juice, lime juice, any citrus juice starts to mute as soon as it's juiced and put into the refrigerator. And then our favorite, Worcestershire sauce, the sauce, because it's the #1 most mispronounced sauce that there is in the kitchen. We're just going to use a dab of that. This is going to bring out some richness in the sauce, just make it a little bit more bold. I don't typically use any salt. There's enough salt in the chili sauce that you use or the ketchup, and it's not a typically salty sauce. It actually is a little sweet. One of the other commonly, so I usually lock my cats up because I have kittens during these because they are very precocious and wonder what in the world's going on, and there's lots of lights and things in here, and it looks like both of them have just escaped from our bedroom. So if you see a cat before my husband corrals them back into the room, I do apologize. They are very curious as to what in the world is going on. Okay, so I'm going to use the food processor and put this together. A lot of the other recipes use paprika, smoked paprika or just paprika. I don't find it adds that much flavor or oomph to it unless it's a really good, expensive quality smoked paprika. You can add it if you want, it's in the notes, but it's not necessary. If you let this sit overnight, the Dijon and the hot sauce takes the place of that. So I'm just going to get it to If you listen to me regularly too, you know that my mini food processor here is my #1 most used kitchen item. It only costs about $40, and I stick it in the dishwasher. I use it for everything, all sorts of salads, mincing things when I'm just feeling lazy. Not going to be super on point with getting all of that out of there because we don't need a ton of it tonight. So I would usually put this in the refrigerator for anywhere from 1 hour to 24 hours just to let those flavors marry and let it thicken up a little bit.